Hey Virgo, this is Mary Ellen coming to you for your December 2020 tarot reading. Still shocking to me that we're at the very end of the year, and the messages that have been coming out have been a little bit of a wrap up for the journey that you've had this year, but also an acknowledgement in a sense of the journey. My guys are saying the journey, the progress that you've made. So for you, it's looking to me like there has been a very intense, both self directed and in concert with the universe, shift and change in order to help you with your personal evolution. So, if you're new, welcome. Nice to have you here, and thanks for your love and support. All the folks who have been riding along with me, my guides are saying. If you don't know, I'm a Virgo. So let's jump right in. All the information you need to get in touch with me is below. My personal self book calendar is still closed. If you want a reading, fill out the contact form on my website. And I'm hoping by the middle of December to open that back up, but things are just jammed up right now, probably the same for many of you. So Virgo, check it out. Look at the display that has come through. Whoops, wrong way. I'm in a new space, as you can tell, so still trying to work this out. So that's quite a journey going on. What I love about this is the card that came out from the Mystical Shaman Oracle about us Virgos. Look at that. 62 adds up to an 8. We're talking about our destiny, our infinity journey in a sense. And certainly we started off the year this way, and that's how we're closing it out. More free, more able to be who we truly are, and listening to the music of our own soul, following the direction that works for us. As a mutable sign, we are often in service, and yet we are all very clairvoyant. We're healers, many of us artists, writers, etc. So this deepest part of us is what is meant to be firmly, my guides are saying, words like attached and entrenched, although that sounds like a negative, firmly in ourselves. And it's here in the cards and the readings I'll show you. So I like that. Following your own mystical path. And there's the raven. That is about the mystical. It's literally about magic. It's about going into and out of the void and being together, co-creating yourself with the universe. So this from the beautiful journey of love, her grace. Also, boy, I can't speak today. Numerologically, adds up to an 8. So there's a theme going on here, and I really like the way in which the process has come forward for many Virgos, certainly it's true for me, to recapture some essential part of yourself. And do you see the spiral? It's really beautiful coming through the Nautilus on this journey as the wild woman and stepping into the mystical with the power of Raven to have the journey of shift and change that you've been meant to have. And there it is. Look at that, the sacred goddess Coventina, the alchemist, the mingler of energy. So we just came through this powerful full moon on the 30th of November. We're heading towards the new moon. We've got very important astrological aspects at work, and then we'll have the solstice and the turn of the year. So the universe is working together with you. This is the month in which your dreams, the things you're trying to manifest, can begin to come into form. Coventina is the butter churner, and she brings things into solid form, and there's you in that vessel. And she has her whole attention on you. Something's cooking, my guides are saying. So here's the full moon that just went past. Please look at the astrology. There's some links below to understand how it affects you, but look at that. In this deck, it's called the Imaginer of Harmony. So you can dive deep on this energy. This full moon's going to affect us, I think, for 6 months because it was an eclipse in Gemini, which is where the North Node is in Gemini, or Gemini's in the North Node. So we're talking about, I think, truly things that were meant to end and things that are being illuminated and brought to the surface. And we're going to be in both places, diving deep into universal consciousness, the notion of Piscean energy, and you can get in that boat, put your hands on the oars, and be transported to any place or any situation in which you can imagine harmony. So I love that the theme of the reading is this, and our energy, Virgo, is doing this. So that's the central position of the first theme of the reading. Pardon me, I'm just parched this morning for some reason. The spinner of growth. There you are, standing at the center, the tree of life, spinning out seeds on the winds of change. This is the Wheel of Fortune. So this is the first card in the section of my reading that's about you as a person, your human walk, what you're experiencing. So a lot of us, certainly it's been true for me, as you've probably noticed, the readings have been late coming out because this is where I've been, literally in the swirl of the Wheel of Fortune. Things just so backed up and so intense. The full moon came and the energy is going to stay this way through the month of September, or pardon me, December. So expect it, okay? Don't freak out. Stay as calm as you can. It's been very challenging for me, although the changes that are coming are intensely positive and really wonderful. It has spun me out a little bit. So take your deep breaths. It's hard for us Virgos when things are a little bit chaotic, and the true has been same for me. So what comes out of this kind of chaos is something very positive, and it has everything to do with you and the opening cards that we looked at. So while the Wheel of Fortune is spinning and the seeds of what you've created inside of yourself are spinning out into the world around you and taking root to create the things that you need, that you want. And the very next thing is the Two of Wands. That moment when you make a decision to make a change and take the first step going forward into the change. So it's perfectly aligned with the way the energy has been shown to us, my guides are saying. Pardon me, this is a story about Merlin, who did come into a time of chaos, my guide said, and despair. Some of you folks out there might be feeling some despair because of the changes that you've been weathering. So there was a moment when his best friend, one of his really trusted allies, went to find him to help him with his healing. And the type of healing he needed was to reintegrate himself with the self. That's what this is about. Just doing a review about all the elements that made up Merlin's life, all the things he had accomplished, all the battles, as a wizard. He kind of lost himself. He got tired, had some PTSD, all the words that we would use. And so there's a process of reintegration. That's the first step of going forward when we have the Wheel of Fortune. It's really nice the way the way the energy is spiraling, thank you, Spirit, and bringing us back into our grace. I like it, with the energy of the moon. So there's something being revealed when this reintegration happens. A lot of knowledge is going to be revealed to you, and you're going to be really standing solidly in yourself. Check this out. I want to show you something. So that's the Nine of Pentacles. In the traditional deck, we see someone, a woman, standing with a lot of abundance. She's got a bird in her hand, and she's just standing there, basically fully invested in her own energy and able to command her world, the world around her. Look, that's where we are, Virgo. It's really wonderful. So if you're new and you don't know the story about this card, this is about a warrior who had many, many incarnations. And at the last incarnation, there was the ability to come into the light of the shift and change and have one final shift and change without a death process. So for many Virgos, this lifetime has been coming forward after many, many, many travels, and you've had the stamina to do it. It's certainly true for me in this lifetime. I have had so many incarnations and so much change in my life, and things have come forward that I never anticipated, and yet here they are. And most of them I'm very happy about. So there's more revelation coming about yourself, more self-understanding, about the moment into which you have arrived, and another incarnation, more change, obviously, given the cards that have come out. So how does this connect the energy from your life into the soul contract that you had before you came here? Look at that. Queen of Cups, there you are. That's the triple spiral of change. And it sits on the table like this, just like that. So you're really moving yourself forward into an iteration of your own self-knowing and your life as the wild woman. Whether you're a man or a woman, don't pay attention to gender. It's the theme of the message that matters. So do you see that you're sitting there in your life, this change, whatever it's going on, it's going to catapult you into the position of the Queen of Cups. And you're going to be sitting there working with the fire of creation, because as an earth sign, you share the energy that comes through Taurus with Uranus in its first house. So on a soul level, some of you, many of you obviously have been through some serious kind of heartbreak, something very difficult. And this is Three of Swords, and in this deck it's about a rectification, my guides are saying. There's a happy ending available. There was something that was very, very difficult. What comes right after that? Look, Two of Cups. So, and there's the full moon again. There's something about the recent, my guys are saying, trials and tribulations that you have been through on a soul level. Many of you may be with a partner. There's been some heartbreak, but there's also been some balance that has come. Something has been worked out. I think it's within you about the situation that you've been through. Because the last card on the soul level, look at that. The Woman of Battle. And she's looking into that journey of the broken heart and the coming to terms and the coming to balance through the cycles of the moon. And this full moon particularly, something was revealed, something was illuminated. Perhaps there was an ending and a new way forward was shown to you because of all the way the cards have come out. And she does not shrink back. She's a typical Virgo warrior. There's the wild woman standing in her power. She has her spear in her hand, and she's looking straight into the journey. And her hand is outreaching, illustrating that she's ready. And my guides are saying, and it's all good. So the outcome is very fabulous. There's the last card, that's the Magician. And it's all about the decider of will. What you decide inside of yourself is what creates and manifests your life going forward, because you have the power of the Wheel of Fortune at your disposal. So that is truly phenomenal. Virgo, I hope you have a wonderful month. I'm going to pick a rune for you. Give me a moment. And I'll look forward to seeing you in January, God is willing. Okay? Let's see what we've got. Yeah, Hagalaz. So that's about coming through difficulties for a positive ending. So Virgo, have a wonderful month. I'll look forward to seeing you. If you want some contact with me, click the link below.